Independent Islamic Republic.
As the world enters the most dangerous moment since World War II, the risk of MALHAMAT, KUBRA or Armageddon is unusually high. The United States has personally launched a move against the Houthis, but this isn't a clever move for the United States, but a stupid move that is destined to lose. The United States also knows that attacking the Houthis will bring great trouble, but it had to intervene, and this is where the United States will lose. The world has entered the most dangerous moment since World War II against the backdrop of multiple crises. Indeed, the Russia-Ukraine conflict has recently reached a climax, with Ukraine beginning large-scale attacks on Russian mainland targets, especially civilian targets, and now Russia has begun to carry out the largest bombardment of Ukraine. The war against Palestine has entered its fourth month, and Prime Minister Netanyahu has made it clear that there will be no ceasefire. Israel will not accept the demands of the International Court of Justice either. And to be honest, the unclean spirit behind Israel is quite powerful. The Israeli deep state will not accept anyone's demands, not even Genocide Joe. Even if Israel becomes isolated by the whole world, it will continue to fight. The conflict in the Red Sea has reached a climax due to the airstrikes of the United States and Britain. And of course this has upset Iran and Lebanon, who are eager to take action, and the risk of a full-scale regional war has greatly increased.
I'd like to update the House on the action that we took on Thursday night against Houthi military targets in Yemen. I can tell the House today that our initial assessment is that all 13 planned targets were destroyed.
The current risk is mainly caused by a few Western leaders, such as Rishi Sunak and Joe Biden, who are still using the strategy of relying on war and plunder in the old world. But times have quietly changed. The US and British airstrikes are unlikely to resolve the Houthi problem, nor can they solve the Red Sea problem, because the root cause of the Red Sea problem is Israel's attack on Gaza.
At this point, it's only UK and United States who actually are involved directly in military attack against Yemen, and they should all understand that all the shipping line in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden and in the Arab Sea, all the ships are actually sitting ducks for Yemeni armed force. That's why any country that will interfere or join the United States, I'm sure that their ships will come under attack. And it's really funny when the United States has formed with the UK this so-called Prosperity Guardian. We call it actually in Yemen is the Genocide Guardian. They formed that coalition to protect Israeli ship, and now they are unable actually to protect their own ship. For Yemenis, the Palestinian blood is more important than those cargo ship and those container ship or those oil tanker that belonging to those countries who's actually directly supporting the Zionist state of Israel and their killing against the Palestinian people.
The Middle East is changing. The Palestinians are uniting on all fronts. The Lebanese are uniting, and so are the Yemenis and Syrians. And anger is growing against Israel and America across the Middle East and the world. And a united Middle East will burst out with tremendous strength. The outbreak of the war against Palestine has made the outside world see that the United States today is absolutely untrustworthy. It never wants to end disputes or wars. All it does is manage them in order to loot and pillage from the poor. The one-sided tactics of the United States on the Israeli issue have aroused the dissatisfaction of a large number of pro-American countries in the Middle East. We don't hear much about them, but people are angry in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain and even Qatar. Although their leaders don't show much of it, in time those leaders will have to change their attitude, as the anger inside those countries is becoming like a pressure cooker, and it will be very difficult to manage if it bursts, as it can directly affect the thrones of those monarchs sat in the Persian Gulf. Iran and Saudi Arabia have shaken hands. Iran began to actively engage with Egypt, and Turkey began to have close ties with Egypt too. In the context of the war ignited by the United States and the Israeli storming of Gaza, the Arab and Islamic countries in the Middle East will eventually abandon their prejudices against each other and take the initiative to unite together and push America and Israel out. America is making a big mistake in the region. They didn't expect that a powerful military strike against the Houthis will actually help with the unity of Yemen, the unity of Lebanon, unity of Palestine, and the unity of the Muslim world and the Middle East. America's reputation is collapsing, not just in the Middle East, but across the world, and this is the biggest dilemma for them. Dilemma of advancing and losing, or retreating and losing. Either way, they will be losers here and in the hereafter. The United States is spiraling down into a strategic trap, and it will sink into it. The United States is doomed for failure. The American people need to wake up and understand what's going on. Stop listening to CNN, Sky News and Fox News. They're all bastard liars with big mouths because it's always money that's making them talk, not true journalism like the Independent Islamic Republic. Thanks for listening. Assalamu alaikum. Sayonara. Shub Ratri. Good night. Kushamadid. Tusbah ala khair.
И, конечно, не исключено, что результатом этих чудовищных тектонических столкновений будут новые конфликты, новые войны, новая кровь. И нельзя исключить, что в 2024 году, дай бог, чтобы нас это миновало, мы будем свидетелями и ядерного столкновения. У Израиля есть ядерное оружие. Не секрет, что есть оно у Ирана, у Пакистана есть ядерное оружие, у Индии. Итак, у Северной Кореи, в Южной Корее расположен американский военный арсенал с ядерным оружием. Поэтому противоречия нарастают. Есть, естественно, самый большой крупный потенциал у России, и в силу того, что глобалисты настаивают на своей доминации, несмотря ни на что, именно они являются причиной эскалации и новых кровавых разломов во всем человечестве. Как бы лучше было бы решить это миром, но безответственно уповать на то, что все это само устроится. Едва ли. И я думаю, что надо готовиться к очень серьезному конфликту, может быть, к мировой войне с полной ответственностью. Чем больше мы будем готовы к полноценной прямой ядерной войне с глобалистским Западом, тем больше шансов этой войны избежать.